Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Bring It On. Let's investigate this scene. The Aquila Anima, a fragment of the Cathedral of Eternal Redemption brought from the Shrine World of Solace 6, now lost. The reliquary has been ransacked and the sacred ashes of past rogue traders and their servants stolen.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Traitorous vermin, I'll get you wherever you are.
I align my path with yours. For now.
Let us bring his wrath down upon our foes. May the retribution be inescapable, may the punishment severe. The Master at Arms is barking orders. Confessor Adalbert is murmuring a prayer, and the Infernus Master is circling the chapel with a keen eye, as if watching for a threat. Kibellah quickly sweeps her gaze over the destruction, before focusing on the bloody footprints that stretch from the ruins of the reliquary. The High Totem's velvet coat is streaked with blood, and Janus himself is deathly pale. The Medicae officer is working on the black gunshot wound in his chest, and Janus grunts faintly with every touch. He focuses his eyes on you with tremendous effort. Forgive me for not greeting your lordship with a bow. I must tell you, Nemesite has stolen the great relic. How badly is the High Totem wounded? He is losing a lot of blood. The Medicae officer casts a worried look at you. I advise you to hurry. Master Danrock should be on the Chirurgeon's table as soon as possible. I am holding on, your lordship. Worry not. What matters now is that you recover the relic. The factotum groans as the Medicae officer pulls the blood-soaked bandages aside and shakes his head dolefully. Some miracle preserved Master Danrock's life long enough that he might address you. His fate now rests in the hands of the Emperor. May he show mercy to this selfless man. Nemesite. Yet another spin on that old wives' tale. This old wives' tale is blessed with amazing corporeality. Whoever the bastard in the red scarf was, he went by that name. He spoke very impertinently of your lordship. He dared to mock your generosity and sneeringly thanked you for the supplies you used to pacify the serfs of the Foundry Bay. The scoundrel boasted that his fighters have made good use of the gifts. Just another arrogant rebel, wrapping himself in a crimson rag and wreaking havoc for the adoration of the commoners. Not this time. No one has ever dared to raid the upper decks before. Never in the ship's history has the fury of the rabble been so blind and fierce. Janus, what happened here? Serfs in red headscarves burst into the chapel and started shooting. The leader made for the relic. The remains of honorable rogue traders brought here from the mutant-sullied Crypt. When I realized that the sacred ashes of your ancestors were about to fall into the filthy hands of a heretic, one intent on desecrating the glorious dynasty. No, that could not be allowed to happen. I blocked his path. Janus briefly closes his eyes, gathering his strength. The bastard allowed himself a few vile insults against me, which I'm obliged to omit. But I did not give in to the provocation. I was hoping to buy myself some time. Then the so-called Nemesite started reviling the customs of the ship, berating its officers and enforcers, before insulting the very name of your lordship yourself. I threw my glove in his face and demanded a duel, but the honorless villain just shot me. He laughed at me, the depraved creature. He winces, either from a new burst of pain, from the memory of the humiliation he so recently endured. And then he committed sacrilege, by stealing the relic and shattering the sarcophagus. Forgive me, your lordship. I failed to preserve the sacred ashes of your ancestors. Inspect the empty altar behind him. The reliquary has been brutally smashed, and the bed on which the sacred ashes of past rogue traders and their servants once rested is now empty. How exactly did he insult me? I beg forgiveness, your lordship. I dare not repeat this slander. I insist. What did he say about me? He called you a ghoul who sits on a throne of bones, feasting on the raw flesh of his servants. Forgive me, your lordship. Merely repeating these foul words is making me ill. Why did you wish to see me so urgently? I had to apologize to you. I had to repent. He grimaces bitterly. For many years, I did my best to serve the dynasty, But at the most crucial hour, I failed. Shame scorches my pathetic, cowardly heart, your lordship. I had to tell you how deeply remorseful I am. Hold on, Janus. I'll not let you die here. Proud to serve the dynasty. Janus's thoughts are becoming muddled. The papers, your lordship. Have the clerk double-check the freight bills. I did not have time to get the seals. My will is in the left-hand drawer. Heinrich, did you see the attack? I did not. I was on my way to offer a prayer when I heard gunfire and ran as fast as I could. How convenient. Also, my microphone might be too loud. 1 second. I need to get a new microphone. This one is... the gain is all over the place. All of the time. When I got here, I saw Master Danrock, and I think the next thing I did was just depress his wound and spout curses. Heinrich looks at his bloodied hands in confusion. So much for being a heroic repairman. I wasn't much use, was I? Darn you, Jocasta. How did the renegades manage to sneak all the way to the upper decks? Tarmac mutters through clenched teeth. They had help. We discovered the hidden corpses of several chapel attendants. Traitors took their clothes and led Nemesis and his accomplices straight past the patrols. Professor Adalbert ruefully shakes his head. They were good people, pious people. They never slighted a serf in their lives. Why punish them? His face grows darker. I swear that these innocents will be avenged. May the Emperor be my witness. I'll strangle this Nemesis with my own 2 hands. May the Emperor protect you. The Factotum's eyes roll back as his enormous frame gives a convulsive shudder. The Medicae officer snatches a syringe of stimulant and speaks decisively. Apologies, your lordship. We were taking Master Danrock away. He is unable to tell you anything more at present, and every second of delay could cost him his life. Master Danrock is succumbing to his wounds. Get something. Heinrich watches the limp body of the factotum get carried away and chews grimly on the low stick that has appeared between his teeth. So what do we have so far? Master Danrock is on his deathbed. All the attackers are either dead or have absconded along with the sacred relic. And the witnesses all agree on this one thing. Nemesis and his accomplices came out of nowhere and struck suddenly. Only the throne knows where we can find these bastards now. We will find them. Tarmak's voice is full of terrible fury. Or turn this vessel inside out if we must. There's nowhere even a void rat can. There is no need. The Blood's Whisper will lead us to Nemesis. Kibellah's words make the two exchange puzzled glances. The Blood's Whisper. Did he perform another divination? Yes and no. His tarot guided me here, and told me the evil that lurked in the shrine. But beyond that, the bloody path carelessly tread by the raiders will reveal the truth. With all due respect, Spinner, the enforcers have already questioned all the witnesses and compiled an extensive list of evidence, none of which tells us anything about how or where the troublemaker calling himself Nemesis might have escaped to. CJ Costa, it seems to me that your enforcers can learn much from these death cultists. Undoubtedly, Lord Captain. She presses her lips into a thin line. Perhaps a servant of death will share her insights, but we might all understand what happened here and what we should do next. Kibellah, tell us everything you know. Kibellah sharply turns to face the crimson splashes on the floor and walls of the shrine. Her pupils dilate, threatening to drown her irises in darkness. Her expression turns distant, her voice becoming low and strange. This blood is drawn in a pattern of retribution. The one who spilt it appeared later. They move swiftly and furiously, numb to their own wounds. An enforcer who is drawn to the gunfire and witnesses sacrilege? Probably. As for this pattern, Kibellah points to a barely visible chain of scarlet droplets. It was made in fury and desperation. The one who left it was wounded, but they did not flee. They fought back while they could, and then they retreated, into the darkness. Kibellah's eyes close as she falls silent, then she exhales sharply and points a steel claw. Into the darkness of the maintenance tunnels hidden within the walls of the shrine. And you gleaned all of that from a couple of bloodstains, or did you have a vision? There's no need for revelations from the Undying Emperor here. For one who has dedicated their life to understanding the tenets of the web, Death speaks a language clearer than any words. Blood writes the chronicle of the final hour, and it holds all the answers. It speaks to me. It can tell me with what instrument it was spilt, what its owner felt, whether they struggled in terror or were as cold as the steel of a blade, at what moment and how the thread snapped. For a spinner, no two wounds are alike. A scarlet drop carries a message from the Undying One. I'm glad she's on our side. Henrik scratches the back of his head, smiling wryly. If the attackers have escaped through the maintenance tunnels, we can send in the enforcers after them. The technical corridors extend hundreds of meters in different directions. Nemesis and his men must be familiar with the tunnels, and possess either a map or a guide. Without a clear trail, the enforcers risk getting lost and wasting valuable time. Not to mention the fact that those narrow tunnels are perfect for an ambush. So we still have no idea where to find Nemesis. The tunnels only answer the question of how he left. Now Death will tell us where he was heading. As if in a trance, Kibellah leans over her body and peers into its eyes. He stinks of smoke. Smoke of singed coveralls, foul glow sticks, burned sacred unguents, and charred meat. She slides a pale hand along the dead man's skin and snakes it under the sleeve of his coveralls, which she pushes back to reveal a fresh burn, bandaged with a torn scrap of shirt. Her steel claws dig into the dead man's arm. Your wound holds the answer. You dressed it carefully, not inside the shrine. Before that, something struck you, ripped the tissue apart, burned you, turned your hand into a worthless lump. It was not fire, no. Drawing a ragged breath, Kibellah opens her eyes. The fear of the conductive charge. It has marked you, heretic. I recognize your wound, for I myself have encountered it on those I take to the other side within the plasma drive chambers. The plasma drive chambers? Are you certain? The Undying One has blessed me with the ability to see the truth in death. How can anyone doubt the revelations his blessing bestows? I can't say if it's worth drawing conclusions based on a conversation with a corpse, but if it is, then I concur with the esteemed spinner's findings. The Apprentice Master spits out the chewed up glow stick, and immediately produces another. All that about burns, the conductive charge, and the smell of cheap glow immediately made me think of the plasma drive technical compartments. Makes sense to me. Sourback, gather the enforcers. We'll follow Nemesite's trail. No, Donnie Dawson. You must stay. You're the one that Nemesite has challenged, and those we hunt know you by sight. You'll frighten away the prey, and we'll lose the trail until the next tragedy occurs. Kibellah's unblinking gaze meets your own. So what do you suggest we do, Kibellah? I'll go to the plasma drive chambers alone. I'll track down the false champion and all who serve him. And I'll prepare the grounds for your own hunt. Out of the question. An enforcer squad would certainly scare off the vermin, but I'm not letting you go alone, Serpent of Death. You and I will go to the chambers together, and together we will bring down all who have dared to insult the Lord Captain. I'm going too. I have a couple of good friends in the plasma drive chambers. The nosy kind who know everything about everyone. Convincing them shouldn't be difficult, especially if I pull a few favors. There'll be the three of us then. What a company. Henrik's grim laughter echoes inside the shrine. There's an awkward pause. Kibellah takes a long look at the officers' faces, before finally nodding her assent. So be it. But not like this. Much like your faces, your guises are too conspicuous. Kibellah is right. It would be prudent to use a disguise. The enforcers will procure regular work clothes for us. We'll carry only conspicuous weapons that we can hide easily in our tool bags. Will help us blend in with the crowd. Before I depart to hunt for Nemesite, ask the Daemon to bless me. I pledge never to leave your side, yet the hunt demands that I do just that. Grant me this permission by performing the ceremony of twining. Kibellah nods toward the altar. When your people have taken their leave, under the gaze of the Undying One, we will begin the rite. What is the ceremony? The rite of blessing for the sacred hunt. With it, the Daemon casts their shadow of the path of carnage. Under your benediction, I'll strike harder and tread more softly. Very well. Let the ceremony commence. With your permission, Lord Captain, the Apprentice Master and I will take our leave now, and set out to prepare for the descent into the chambers. We dare not intrude, your lordship. Sit down now, Dom and Donnie Dawson, and listen. Let the ceremony of twining begin. Using a finely honed blade, Kibellah carves an intricate symbol into the floor. He then produces a small bundle wrapped in incense-laden parchment and sets it alight. You're my Daemon. I am your blade. I am honed by your blessing. My arms are strong while your will is strong. As long as the Undying One hears your prayers, my feet will go unheard. Her blade kisses her palm, and dark blood begins to trickle and spread over the bottom of the ritual cup that has just now appeared in her hands. With our blood, with our will, we shall spin a scarlet web, the symbol of the hunt. May it herald our prey's demise. Kibellah puts the dagger into your hand. You suddenly feel how heavy your eyelids have become. Your heartbeat slows inside your chest. Her words linger, and rush through your mind in a deluge. The heavy scent of incense envelops you and makes your head spin. I feel strange. What is happening? For the twining to happen, you must first expand your mind. See the unseen, hear the unheard. Those who live and die by the tenets of the web often burn sacred essences, and your body is not yet accustomed to them, Dom and Donnie Dawson. Your mind is trying to grasp at its new boundaries. Do not resist. Breathe deeply. Learn. Must I really wound myself for this? The price of victory, the price of defeat, is always measured in blood. Give the Undying One but a few drops today, and he may prevent your flagship from running thick with scarlet rivers tomorrow. Make a small cut on your palm. The pain gives way to a burning sensation as Kibellah grasps your hand and squeezes it over the ritual cup. But this new discomfort is quickly replaced again, this time by a dull numbness and the faint warmth of blood flowing from your open wound. The twining is the blood oath I have made to my lord. Kibellah dips her fingers into the spilt blood and traces a symbol, first on her own forehead, then on yours. It appears to resemble a blade that is cutting through an intricate knot. A Gordian knot? Anoint me with your blessing, Dom and Donnie Dawson. May the ceremony of twining commence. Kibellah's face blurs before your eyes. No matter how hard you try to focus and dispel the vision, in place of her face, you see a death mask, a broken skull with hollow eye sockets. I see strange things, within you and without. The skull grins benignantly. You're learning to see what is hidden behind the familiar shell. Keep practicing. Years later, you'll be able to see the truth even with your eyes closed. Not sure which of these matter. Yeah, be merciful. Those whom you hunt may be victims themselves. There is no turning back for those who defy the Lord of the Ark, who have traded the arduous path of service for the sweetness of false promises. At least, not commonly. But I'll remember your words, Daemon. Kibellah thinks for a moment. Your body cannot accompany us on this mission, on this chase, Daemon. But your spirit, there's nothing the spirit cannot do. The twining is complete. You and I are now bound by the blood oath. Think of me while I hunt, as will I think of you. Become a thought flowing through my mind. If the Undying One is gracious to us, he will send you dreams, and in those dreams you'll see me. If he is more gracious still, those dreams will be truthful. Is this some kind of psych or sorcery? She snaps in irritation. Do not sully your lips with such suspicions. We're neither witches nor accursed sorcerers. We are his votaries, and for our true service, we are thus rewarded. This is no profane psychic art, the blessing of the Undying One, bestowed upon the spinners of the blood-spun web. A thin thread of spiritual kinship that connects the fates of the Domini with those of their shadows. So I become a part of you. What does that mean? Your spirit will come with me to the plasma drive chambers, where your body remains motionless. If the Undying One graces you, you hear what I hear, see what I see. You'll think my thoughts as if they were your own. But if you shout out to me, if you give me an order, I will not hear it. Only the ripples of your mind can reach me through the winding thread. I trust you, Kibellah. Let us begin. You perceive a faint smile from beneath the death mask. Kibellah hands you the cup and begins tracing her finger around the bottom while whispering a prayer. Watch now, Donnie Dawson. What does thy seeing eye behold in the converging patterns of blood? She draws your attention to the symbol she has inscribed. You see shifting images in the blood, a spider crafting a fine web, blurred shadows that could resemble either a swarm of wood rats or an enraged hound, crossed blades, a card of the Emperor's Tarot. But as soon as your gaze lingers on any of them, reality bleeds through the fluid shapes. Soon your spirit will be able to follow me. I'll bid the servants to carry your body to your chambers, where you will not be disturbed. Wait in silence and safety. For me, the hunt has begun. Kibella's footsteps fade away, melting to the same impenetrable darkness in which your consciousness is extinguished. Yeah, so she's supposed to be our blade, and always at our side. It'd be kind of cool during that one random encounter in the warp, where the demonettes attack our chambers, if she was there from the get-go. Or any romantic interest, for that matter. Stale air, oppressive noise. The hum and whir of machinery drown out all thoughts. This place rings with tension. Is it the powerful energy coursing through the cables, or have the wails of the workers merged into a cacophony of indignant whispers and desperate prayers? Lost, mired in petty troubles, unmindful of duty, their voices creak as if covered in rust, and their eyes are dimmed by the endless drudgery and lack of light here on the working decks of the Damon's great ark. I've seen it before. In these murky depths, people become creatures all too ready to devour each other for worldly gains, fleeting pleasures, or imaginary freedom from obligation born from the abyss of spiritual emptiness. The Undying One punishes them through me. Disgusting mutations, abominations, reflections of vice are born in these shadows, and I will be their doom. The thread shakes, the web is taut. I step silently. May the great hunt begin. The thread shakes. The quarry always leaves a trail. We may not see it, but we can feel it. I taste the air. It's in a fresh dye with a subtle note of sparks. This is new, pleasant. The upper decks reek of luxury, but here I feel comfortable. There's something else. This is it. I recognize the smell. Unguent, low, and burnt meat. Just like inside the shrine. The time has come to spill the scarlet web. The web is taut. Know the hunting ground. To find the enemy, I must listen. Inhale, exhale, inhale. The rhythmic beat of engines and pumps. That is the ship's breathing. That is the ship's heartbeat. Is it strange that I feel at home among the workers of the lower decks, who pass their time like the living dead? Warmth spreads through my chest. I like to think that it is a connection with which the Undying One bound me and the Damon's fates together. He has blessed us, and we hunt as one. I step silently. Darkness is our ally. Merge with the shadows. In the twilight of the chamber, barely illuminated by flickering candlelight, I become like them, the lost, mired servants. They'll become unwitting allies in my hunt. Their hopelessness, their desperation, their thirst for survival will become tools for my use. Where's the second spinner? We're supposed to meet here. You know that feeling when you're being stared at, but you can't tell who by or where from? I have that feeling right now. Footsteps. Two are coming. Toward me. Familiar gaits. Those are the Damon's servants. I'd not be surprised if the cultists set out on the trail of Nemesis alone. The spinners are arrogant. We're just another soul to them. A gift to offer death. Steel Mistress's voice is hard and cold, like her will. I can see in her eyes that she dislikes me. She is wary, and so she should be, for we serve the Daman, not one another. Does this remind you of anyone at all, Jocasta? This man is enamored with fire. Even his words sound full of biting flames. He himself enjoys playing with fire. Too much so. They bicker again. Their mutual animosity may disrupt the hunt. examine Steel Mistress and Flaming Voice. To the lay people, the two are now scarcely distinguishable from the common serfs. In a world where status and privilege are defined by appearance, a single piece of rotten cloth is enough to lower your standing. We'll become spectral hounds and follow the trail without drawing attention. Step forward. I am here. There she is. Welcome to the Plasma Drive Chambers, esteemed Holy Assassin. You can exchange pleasantries later. Lieutenant Godierda is on duty in this compartment. I've ordered her to gather information on all the workers who wear red scarves and have recently left the bay. This is pointless. The red scarf is not proof of guilt. It is merely a symbol. It could be a trap. I need to find her. I'll watch the Enforcer and those who are watching her in turn. The Enforcer knows nothing about life in this compartment. I guarantee it. I have a better source of information. A good friend of mine who knows a lot about delicate matters. It'd be easy to get him to talk. He's terrified of pain and death. Only the faithless fear death. I will not trust him. Let him trust me so that his trust may become a snare for my hunt. I cut them off with a gesture. The methods of hunting are not mine. I take the grain of truth from their words and weave it into my plan. We need to provoke them into making a move. Instill a false sense of impunity. Convince them that they can and must act now. This Enforcer who answers to Steel Mistress is a symbol of order and obedience in these chambers. She is standing in the way. When she disappears, my enemies will believe it is safe to strike, and that will be a costly mistake. Strike out the spark that will ignite the flame. I feel them lurking in the crowd. My enemies. They are cautious. I must find them and let them believe their luck. Then they will shed their masks, and I will take them down. Intimidate them with an impending threat. Flaming Voice relies on a talker, one who keeps no secrets and fears pain. An unreliable vessel is bad for holding secrets, but good for spilling them. Through him, I whisper lies to the enemy. Such is my plan. They look at me in silence. They do not understand yet, but that matters little. I am on the hunt. Cool. Alright, well I'm going to call it here, and next time we will begin the hunt. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll have to see you guys in the next one.